hello, welcome. I'm really looking forward to today's master because it is at long last a master where we will be making progress on this map. We can actually like figure out what the hell's going on, how it works and so forth. So yeah, let's clean out our inventory a little bit, I guess, and roll from there. Now, I heard last night from Kerry that the stream was like turning on and off quite a lot. Was anyone having issues like that? Where it was like buffering or they couldn't keep up? Like, was that on my end? Does anybody know? I'd love to hear that. And in the meantime, I'll get my charged quartz, and I'll do some of this stuff. It might have been a bit silly to ask that question so quick. Don't know how many people here were actually here yesterday. It buffered 2 to 3 times for you. You had buffering twice. See, I'm just scared about the VOD, which I'm hoping to put up onto a WP1 today. So, we'll see about that. I do love the game when I have shadows on. It's just such an FPS hog. Can't wait till like 2022, 2023 when I can justify and maybe finally I've got a little bit of success about me, a bit more money. And I can buy a new PC and like the big performance jump that would come with it. That would be a weird moment, really, because that would be on hardware over a decade older, or about a decade older than the game that you're playing on. Which is just, imagine that. Imagine in 2002 being excited to buy a PC so that you could play a 1992 game better. Do you get what I mean? It's just crazy to think about. And the same as well from 2002 to 2012. But it feels like things have slowed down. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe that's just another sign of the years whiling away too quickly as I get old. Unacceptable, play the patch again. Well, yeah, I mean, it remains to be seen what the VOD looks like at that moment. If it cuts out and goes black and goes shaky or anything weird happens, then it's pretty much not a video fit for WP1 anymore.
Is late, and we're having trouble getting meat and milk from the outlying ranches.
Stockpiling staples.
The idea of having done most of the stuff on the map already, but by accident. I don't really think that's true. I've definitely made a lot of progress without, you know, working for it. That's absolutely correct. I can't hide from that. But I did do a couple of things, like a little experience of each of the strike missions, deliberately. And I did do the lore book thing deliberately, which I'm keen to get into a bit more. I'll probably create a squads. We'll do Zia if we can. I'll get the quartz. And we'll go from there. Also, I did a dragon stand last night, which was pretty good. Or yesterday. Oh, that might have been before the stream, actually, that I did that. But the dragon stand felt alright. What it meant was that I got 70... something crystalline ore where I'd had 0 previously, which is good. A lot of that is actually guild rewards. So let me actually just check that real quick as we start out here. Let's rep Spud 1. Howdy WP. Howdy Exadian. Must be all the coke that Twitch viewers have been drinking recently. What do you mean? Yeah, not the decor. My instinct is always to go to that decorations guy. Always, always, always.
Salutations.
Or I guess the market guy. Never the personal reward guys down here. Alright, but yeah, so I got 70. Dude, each of these costs 40. It costs 40 just for the recipe. It's fucking crazy, some of the stuff in here. Right, well, screw the armor, I think, for now. Do already know that one. I know the pants. And I know the cowl. But if I want all the other ones, we do have the commendation to finish off light armor. Which I kind of want to do. I kind of view light armor in the same way that I view foci. In that I kind of want all of them, you know. I want those sections to be done. Especially if I can get them done for the account tour. It's 40 for each Chiaroscuro thing as well. These obviously it's 0.
You've got gold, right?
I could actually buy some minis now. Or a mini. We could work on the T1 minis, I suppose. It's only 150 and then 75 to get all the T1 minis done. The T2 mini section would be a real pain in the ass up there, though. So I don't know. Ooh, it's a long road. Let's go. Will this be the year we get the dancing gingerbread decoration? Like, you saying that, Benji, I swear to God, like, we were only just talking about that. I've literally pissed away a year. It's crazy. Hello, Noct. You might have been in that same dragon stand. You got a good chunk. Were you really? I hadn't noticed that. Okay, so let's just go to the new map, I guess. Well, hold on. Let's squad up. And I do know... Dude, this is weird. I have to get used to holding down my G hotkey to get stuff like squad UI on. Okay, so you guys can join this squad and hopefully we'll fill it up. What we will do in the meantime is we will go to the vault because Ada sent me a bunch of keys for the vault, which, you know, I may as well spend. But they have a question as well, so. Who knows Dragonstan's big? Well, I can't remember what time slot I did it in. It wasn't the smoothest of time slots for sure.
Become more than you are, and win a home with a legion. Gladia.
Dude, refining 3,500 wood must take so long. The new PoE that leagues out and it's good. Oh yeah, I never told you guys. I did beat PoE. I don't really have any intention of going back to it. So I'll ramble away just for a minute here about that game. I actually have a way lower opinion of it than I initially did. Now, to be fair, I haven't done the mapping. But just the experience of going through the 10 acts, I think it's got so many of the same problems I see on Guild Wars. Where it's basically just like, it's not treated with the reverence it should have, so it's just boring. Like, it's genuinely a boring experience. All 10 acts are boring. I don't know whether it's because I stumbled onto an insanely OP build or what, but I just ran around spamming the same skill the whole way through the game. That was it, really. There were a couple of bosses that did manage to kill me, but here's the thing: when they kill you, you just spawn right outside the boss. I get, like, you could be a hardcore character, right? But I wasn't a hardcore character, and you just walk back into the boss room, and then they would die, like, instantly afterwards. Some of them, like, had slightly long phases where they transition. Some of them had a minor bit of bullet hell, but literally, I would just put some totems up and just stand AFK. And if I died, if I didn't die, it didn't really matter. So, I'm really not that impressed with the game. I'm really not. The Breach League, which is what I was playing, actually ended like a day or two before I beat Act 10. So as I was playing Act 10 itself, I never saw that league ended, and it fucked my storage up. All my storages got merged and stuff, which is a little bit lame. But yeah, and I just felt a bit weird with the gear in it as well, since it wasn't a struggle ever. All right, yeah, since the gear wasn't a struggle ever. I didn't really want to go through the mess of, like, upgrading and stuff. So I ended up just stuck doing the same thing forever. And it was only a little bit of fun maybe getting a level. I ended at about level 75, for anyone curious. Anyway, so Captain Ada, hey Mr. WP, are you leaving a character parked to the vault? Will this help? The answer is no, and we've talked about this on the stream. Because if I'm buying keys, it's just a time-gated gamble mechanic. That's all it really is, right? And I'm not interested in a time-gated gamble mechanic, so I'm not parking a character. If people give me the keys for free, I guess I can open them. You know, it's the same thing as the ecto gamble thing. But ecto gambling has like an actual hard end in sight, you know? Like there is an end to ecto gambling. This thing with the vault, not necessarily. I love the lighting change as we move in and out. So, no, I'm not parking at the vault, but thank you for the keys. That's very lovely. Hopefully I don't have to say that over and over and over again, but there it is, again. Next, we tried, and unfortunately we didn't get lucky, but that doesn't surprise me, honestly. Ada also says, I thought each character can be in whatever guild they want, so your Rev can be whatever they want, while your personal guild for the emblem for your other characters can be in Spud. This is what I do for my research, which is the back icon of my main as a character. Yeah, no, I know. But I have a personal guild, the other one's a Spud. I'm not going to mess with the Spud logo just for my own personal fashion wars. That's crazy. I'll rep Spud and we'll have the Spud icon. What I would say is I did break the Spud 2 one while we were experimenting the other day. I'm pretty sure I did this. But it was not my intent to leave it like this. I just forgot to turn it back. So now that you've reminded me, I'll give Spud 2 their icon back. It's basically the same thing, but we changed the color. So Spud had a white book. And a yellow sun. And this one had a white book and a blue sun, I'm pretty sure. So Spud 2 was just the blue variation. Maybe that blue's cooler. I really do like the UI here. How all the preview icons on the top left do adopt the colors you're taking on the bottom. But yeah, so yeah. Since I'm playing on EU right now, I'll rep Spud 1. Okay. Can clean our inventory out a little bit more. Oh, you guys are talking about PoE? PoE always looked meh to me because the gameplay is so weak. For all the issues Diablo 3 has, at least the classes are interesting. Yeah, it just, you know all the complaining I do in Guild Wars about how it feels like the community is begged for, like, oh no, every class should have swiftness, and then it became every class should have perma swiftness, and then it became every class should have at least some kind of super speed, or everyone should have some blink, or everyone should have some. It's just movement, because like freedom of movement is like the most like blunt, like immediate thing people feel like in instant. Like, oh, the game's more fun if I'm moving fast. Oh, the game's more fun if I'm, even though like the rest of the game's like makeup is deteriorating. Just moving faster somehow, you know, oh, that's better design if you're moving faster. And so slowly over the years, movement power creep is one of the most egregious forms of it that's come into Guild Wars too, right? And I've talked about that a lot. And that's a problem from the PvE side as far as the game is an RPG and the pace and the size of the world. And it's a problem for the competitive side of the game too. But PoE is exactly the same, it feels like. PoE is a game where, like, this never used to happen when I originally played it, but they give you, like, these insanely OP teleport mechanics, like, super fast, and the Quicksilver flasks come really quick, and, like, you're just sort of sprinting around, like, using double ports. Like, it's crazy. Like, that game has a problem with movement speed power creep to the level that people now ask, oh, well, I want more camera control, I want to be able to zoom out more, I want to be able to zoom out more. And the reason they want to be able to zoom out more is you can hardly even navigate in that game anymore using the actual environment. You're basically just staring at the minimap. Like, it's actually a really shoddy experience. It's not well made because you're now moving so fast that what was once upon a time an appropriate amount to be rendered in front of you is now not. But they don't want to pull the camera out any further because there's like performance issues and shit. So, and now that's like a selling point of PoE too. It's like really fucking backwards. I don't get how, like, so anyway, there's a lot of things like that where it's like, well, there's an obvious solution to this, but it's not taken. There's a lot about the game that I just didn't like, and I thought was just shoddily made. It feels like a game that has been overdeveloped for too long. That's what it felt like, which is how Guild Wars feels to me in a lot of ways as well. A game that hasn't paid enough respect to what was once upon a time sound principles at play in it, and now they've just become like nothing almost. Right, I'm going to stop fucking with all this stuff. Let's go on the new map and let's actually get some stuff going. I'm going to find an achievement and we'll just work on it, whatever it is. I mean, I could do the story one where we repeat the story instance a billion times using that wiki guide. Moving faster than you can see. No, it really is like that. It's so fast. Obviously, you don't have to engage with the game like that. But you can kind of feel, you know, you can feel how they don't really want you to explore. They don't really want you to do a lot of stuff because their expectation is that you're just going to zoom through everything. Which I understand, like, their embedded hardcore audience will have a certain view about the initial 10 acts and stuff, and they are just rushing through because they want to get to mapping and they don't really give a fuck. So maybe there's not a problem really. Maybe I'm just out of the demo, you know. Maybe that's all it is. It's interesting. It's not necessarily a story one. The Raven Shrine is a daily puzzle. It has chests at the end. Well, yeah, I've done that Raven thing at one point as well. So, and I've listened to the Bone Skinner, like, story lore. But I guess we can go to it on stream now. Dude, the fact the bird came out really concerned me then. So anyway, let's just have a look. I don't want to be too whiny as soon as the stream starts. So, as far as the meta is concerned, there's 20 objectives. I've already done 17. I do not have the headpiece from it, so that's cool. Master of the Ancestral Forge. There's 50 AP from this. Holy fuck. Wow, this is really weird. So, I'm at tier 4. So, I got AP each tier. Dude, they're basically treating this achievement like a reward track. Get a mastery. A 20-slot bag recipe. The sturdy burial duffel. The gift of the ancestors. Double-click to open. Contains a helm of the dragon render box, a sweet campfire treat, a 20-slot bag, and a 28-slot bag recipe. Pick any season 4 currency. That's weird. Well, it's essentially season 5. It's giving you free season 4 stuff. Contains a raven spirit shadow that can be summoned. A raven statue decoration. What's up with the raven shadow? Eternalized and then master of the spirits. And this is for what? Getting restored weapons. And it started with me speaking to a woman who was interested in the crafting of these. So let me move over here. Let's see. Who are you, first of all? Researcher Varix. Commander. Ooh. My research with essence manipulation has proved to be advantageous. By harnessing the power, we can exploit their weaknesses and their strengths. You said you've been working on something called essence manipulation? Yes, I've used the spirits of the wild as an inspiration for the manipulation of spirit essence of Jormag's minions. In short, I've weaponized spirit essence against the very beings that produce it. How do these pylons come into play? Each pylon represents an essence category. There's resilience, vigilance, and valor. You can use the system I've developed to exploit each essence's strength and weaknesses. What is each strength? Each essence's weakness. Well, essentially each other. Resilience is weak to vigilance. Valor is weak to resilience, and vigilance is weak to valor. It performs a perfect circle. And so this is the rock, paper, scissors. And how do I use essence categories against each other? It'll take time to master the system, but I provided a training exercise for you to start. Attack the pylon of resilience and collect the resilience orbs it drops. Got it. Warning. This will remove all current essence effects and special action skills. Wow.
Right. Here's how it works. Attack that pylon of resilience and collect the orbs of essence it drops.
Okay, crew. Remember the plan.
Well done.
Enter the forest.
Now imbue
Look
yourself to the maximum threshold. Collect more
Keep
orbs
your
of essence.
eyes open.
So I'm
Don't
getting
know what
stacks.
we'll find. Ready? Move out.
Interesting, my bird doesn't proc the orbs to fall. 12 stacks. I'm going to get 30. 29.
Feel that? You're experiencing the power of the resilience essence. Attack the target dummy to channel your new power.
Oh, attack the target dummy, sorry. Specific circumstances allow you to channel the power of an essence against its weakness to unleash a powerful offensive attack. What's the specific circumstance? Spirit Nova, a powerful blast that deals immense damage and launches lesser creatures. Wow, 6k base hit launch. Holy fuck, that's massive.
Now, open that chest. It's vulnerable to the element you're harnessing, and can only be opened if you've mastered it. Perfect. The more you train, the more the pylons will evolve. Now, go give those beasts a taste of their own medicine. Come back to me if you want a further explanation, or if you're interested in a strike mission.
The pylons will evolve? Yeah, look, there's a new animation on the pylon now. It looks different. I really like the look of these things. They're very cool.
You don't want to leave.
Oh, she told me I don't want to leave. What essence is surging right now? That would be the essence of resilience. What does surging mean? Essence manipulation. Isn't this exploiting the spirits of the wild? Yes! Isn't it fantastic? For so long, the Norn have haven't been able to truly harness the essence of their own spirits. Overall, I think they'll be quite pleased. I don't think that's... Never mind, I have another question. I am a Norn, but okay. Oh, this one's upgraded as well now. Except it's not glowing. Well, I guess I'll come back to these later. Anybody know something more about the Guild Wars 1 patch? Whoa, there was a Guild Wars 1 patch. Was there really? I have to look that up right now. Game updates. The last one was on December 13th, 2019. Performed server maintenance, fixed a server crash. Guild Wars wiki notes is that this update causes observer mode to crash the Guild Wars client. Oh, they broke observer mode. Doesn't sound like they did anything. Oh, in June they added a new startup command. Pref reset local. This command will reset all preferences that are stored locally in the games.dat. This command can be utilized to debug issues launched in the game. They added a new rename option for the friends list so you can nickname people like in Guild Wars 2. Graphics removed support for DirectX 8. And the client now defaults to using windowed full screen after installation. I had missed that. I'd missed that update in September. Wait, is there still Guild Wars 1? What do you mean? Oh, why is there still Guild Wars 1? Also, what do you mean? Okay, so that wasn't who I meant to talk to, though. I meant to talk to the ancient Boreal weapon crafting person. So a quick look here and make sure this is all good. Now, have I bought the Bureau Marches scroll yet? I don't think I have. Can I combine this with the other ones, though? Because I don't think you can so easily, right? Here I can spend 50 gold and 250,000 karma for the node, which has to be done. So we're poor again now. We already have the tonic, we already have that, we already have that, we already have that. That's all good. Okay, we have all of those. Now, what's over here? Ancient burial weapons. So these are skins. They're all exotic. And they're all things it looks like I can afford. Then there's restored ones. So I seem to be unlocking the recipe for a restored one once I buy the ancient one. And curious stones from afar. So I will pick these up first. As many as we can afford. And then we'll see where we are. So there's the mace. Pistol. Rifle. Scepter. Shield. Short bow. And now we're out. So we are missing 4 of them. We're missing the staff, the sword, the torch, and then the warhorn. But that's tiered us up through our reward track. So let's see what we got. Ancient ice. A Zerk inscription. And then 2 Itrite ingots. Itrite, which we've not been spending yet. I have 29 of it apparently, but we've not been spending that yet. So we need a little bit more liquid gold, and then we're also going to need some more eternal ice. And then we need to have a lot more eternal ice to buy all the recipes. So the restored ones, can they be bypassed? Are they on the TP? Do I have any of them already is a question. Or is ancient what I was getting the whole time? Oh no, restored is here. I do have some restored ones. Why are these so cheap? Wow, so the fact these are on the TP and that they're so cheap kind of makes this whole thing seem really lame. If they were account bound or expensive, then that would be fun. But you know, the idea of having like the precursor, then an expensive recipe, then whatever the recipe's asking for, and then finally the weapon at the end, you'd expect it to be worth a little bit more. But I mean, as it stands, you're spending 2 gold liquid here, 2 gold liquid here. There's 4 gold at least baked into the price. That's not to mention all the eternal ice shards you're putting on it, and then whatever the actual recipe is. You made all of them yourself really early? Felt cool. Yeah, I kind of was looking forward to doing that. Kind of like, you know, in Istan or like in Thunderhead. But, it seems on this one I'll just be skipping through quite merrily. Right, now there's a tag on the map. Do I swarm with the tag? Find and collect all of the lore books in the Bureau Marches. So I've read A Burden, I've read What's Happening, but I have never read the research notes on the Ancient Raven Lens. Find all the notes and explore the Raven Sanctum, it says. That What's Happening book is very cool. That has not appeared on a stream, but that's very cool. Hopefully we can get there at some point. Also, I believe there's some mastery points and there's map comp to do. It says I've earned that one. But I'll at least get map comp. Yeah, let's go on Liz real quick, I guess. Since she's the one that I want to have beat the map on. So that she has 100% everywhere. And then we'll probably go back on the Renegade. But we'll start with that. We'll get the last couple. There's only must only be a couple of things that I'd missed, surely.
All prices are non-negotiable.
Look at that post-processing world map. This is the easiest map comp in the game so far. The book is in the Burning Library of the Sanctum, but isn't that a personal story area? Can you just go there at any time? So I have the one waypoint. I have one of the vistas. And I need a few more POIs. Do I have every node? You mean home instance node? Yes, as of 2 seconds ago. 100% with the map with every character. It takes around 10 minutes and you have a 50% chance for a key. Oh, are people basically blackline key farming on this map? Is it level 1 map compable? Because that's the key, right? If it's level 1 map compable, you could tutorial, skip to Heart of the Mists, take the next thing into this map, and then do it. Oh, you have to be 80, okay. Well, that's one thing. Okay, so there was a puzzle here I did before, which was like, I was following lights through the sky. That's the daily thing, I think. Hopefully I don't have to do it because it's pretty boring. But, it might be a part of an achievement to do it like lots of days in a row. You don't get keys from Living World maps anymore if you're not level 80. Oh, there you go. See, I can almost see, a meaning behind Tomes of Knowledge there. Like, I can almost imagine a farm where you just tome it to 80, get it, and then, like, delete it. And you go again. But it's such a tedious job of toming that even if there was a glimmer of hope for tomes to be worth something in that capacity, I still wouldn't do it. Because it's so tedious. Yeah, that's one of 4 of the puzzles. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did all 4 of them. I think Kerry led me to, like, multiple. I'm pretty sure it was 4. Dude, the fucking Springer just feels like such a waste of time now. It's like, If it doesn't get you up, you just feel so bad for not starting on the sky scale. Oh, this is weird. This is clearly not right. Need to get in there somehow. Yeah, well, I should swap the binds for sure. You're saving your 8K tones for the first one. Yeah, dude, I don't think there'll ever be, like, a solution. Oh, I need to change my build as well here. The game feels really weird to play at the moment. This weird mix of having build templates and the new UI thing going on. It's like a very different take, it feels like. It's weird to juggle these two together like that. It's me to go north somehow, somewhere. The Vigil Relief Patrols. It's back here. So why was I not able to do this before? Because of the Ravenlock, maybe? The Aberrant Den. Why did it not attack me either? Okay, so it's 100% health. It's got 3 minutes and it's a single champ. What do you think? Do you reckon we can do it? If they're fearing and weakening, then that's going to be a real problem. I don't even have the right shit on. Also, he fucking nuked us. Holy crap. Dude, how did I get an attack on that imp over there? Did I auto that imp? Dude, he deleted me. Like, instant deleted me. It sounds like I had a special action on me as well. I don't think I like this preset. Because I can't see what skills I've got. I kind of like the idea of turning the skill bar off, but then I kind of don't. I'm going to leave it all on again for now. Anyway, that was all we needed, right? Okay, yes, that's good. So we just go to the next one. I appreciate this is probably a little bit boring for those of you that have done this map comp a lot. We're not really digging into the map much, but you know. It's all going to be done. Yeah, maybe I just need to change the keybind to something more comfortable than G. Or something that's not a letter altogether. Maybe that's the answer. Because having it on a letter and then I open a little window and it spams that letter into it or something. I don't like that sensation that that could be happening. I appreciate a lot of people have it on the Alt key, and Alt key is probably a really good default or a really good starting point. Because it fulfills a lot of those criteria. But my Alt is already in use. I use Alt for About Face, and I'm kind of reticent to change that one. Because fucking with your About Face key, like, really messes up a lot of my muscle memory for the free cam About Face combos. If I had a staff there, I was going to show you what I meant, but again. So you see that mirror on the wall up there? Basically, you need to interact with those, and then light bounces off of them, and then you follow the light, and eventually you get like a chest or something. So it says I'm on about level with the gathering materials that were near the POI there. So I'm guessing we go down the other side of this. Yeah, looks like it. What? Oh. Looks like there's a cave here. I feel like I'm totally breaking the intended flow of the map by using that sky scale. Alright, the Bone Skinner Den. What are these? Snow truffles? Quite creepy in here. Elite Aberrant Wisp. So if I kill an Aberrant thing, this is going to give me the... I swear, air overload is one of the things I like most about Tempest. Yeah, look, it dropped one of the orbs. And so did that. So now that I'm collecting green, though, am I locked out of the other colours? Is that what allowed me to interact with the chest there? Really kind of want to prioritise a new mastery point, actually, as well, so that I can actually train the other ones. Anyway, got that. Next, next we are looking at the Dark Rime Delves. Oh, and that camp up there. Liz never went to that camp. See, so where you meet Marjorie and stuff has to be like variant. AWP just made it to the stream. I'm just kind of getting to touch with the map, the new map. Just doing those early little things. Figuring out some of the AP that's up for grabs. Just skimming the surface. Oh, open the chest only requires the mastery being trained. They removed needing the stacks. Oh, you needed stacks originally, but not anymore. Once you have all the masteries, you can open all the chests. Alright. It's genuinely disgusting that you can swap Eternalize for Living World Season 4 currencies. Yeah, I mean, that breaks festivals as well. One of the good new initiatives that they did this year was that you could trade festival rewards at a limited supply back for the earlier seasons. That was good. That made a lot of sense. How did I do the whole thing with Almora's body without dinging the... Oh, it's because I never played this on her. That's why. I never did it on her. Anyway, I should do that. How is she on her story journal? Did she play either patch? Oh yeah, she's beat this one. Dude, one of my favorite things about the UI is that achievement icon, where it goes into the much more like flourished version when you've not just beaten it, but you've done all the achievements too. I'm really glad to see my Bound by Blood ones updated. She hasn't even started it. Anyway, yeah, I can't remember what I was saying. What's the Icebrood Saga, someone asked? It's the current news story content coming into the game. Oh, yeah, no, I was talking about festivals. Yeah, one of the good initiatives they did was, well, look, you do the festival, you can get the festival currencies, and then trade those for good amounts of previous seasons, you know? So that was incentive, it definitely was. But now, if this episode has just kind of become like the ultimate sink for all that shit, I don't see how festivals are so exciting. Which is particularly bad considering, you know, we're on the cusp of Winter's Day here. Let's actually watch the Vista. I think I skipped the other one. I really wouldn't have meant to. I watched one of your August VODs today, and it's hilarious listening to you and chat speculation on the ArenaNet's announcement. Yeah, it was a real bummer. You're probably watching the one where we were doing like, it wasn't really a pre-show, but it was a pre-show kind of thing. We had a few thousand people in it going on about all the really cool stuff that could happen, and then the announcement came out. That's probably one of the clearest like moments of like over speculation from me, or fostering over speculation. Let me put it that way. Of, you know, getting really wide-eyed and wondering all kinds of things that could happen, and then just like how minimal it was compared to the kind of state we talked ourselves into. By reaching this point in the Bureau Marches, you demonstrated your mastery in navigating the ship fighting. I'm not sure what I did, but okay. I'm happy to take that. Nice new mastery point. You get an AP each time you get one as well. I don't know why they give you AP each time, but there you go. So, can we now buy a thing? Cool. It's kind of fun having the points actually be a mechanic. So this one gives me Shattered Psyche, which instead of being a launch, it does a little bit less damage, but it's now a float. Which doesn't really mean anything as far as PvE is concerned, but okay. Hell, anywhere in the game, that distinction is very rarely that relevant. I would say the distinction between a stun and a float is very, very, very minor in most of the game. Anyway, cool. We've got another POI over here. Go grab. Wait, what? Noct said someone told me of a neat ranger trick yesterday. If you spam the kick after Greatsword 4, you can kick twice and have full evade frames during both. Is that true? Maybe I'll just be a ranger main. If If anyone's on WP's map, after the meta, show him the special action in Asgeir's Legacy. Not sure what that is. Okay, that's the last POI, so all we're missing now is the last Vista, which is this one over here. A little bit higgledy-piggledy in the direction we've gone, but it's alright. It's sort of worked. Dude, so they like absurdly power crept that skill. You're trying out a skirmishing build to get quick draw. Oh, so you cheese out fucking really quick GS4s. Was it a double greatsword build? I like that idea. I like it a lot. Okay, so it's cold as fuck up here. That's a vista that I'm looking for, right? Do you think this vista's only after the meta? So this is the area you come to after beating that. It's weird because this area is very far away from where the meta ends, right? I'm in the Freynir's ice storm, and my health will drop rapidly. You can see the vista. Okay, no chat. What's the difference between a stun and a knockdown? Well, in terms of synergies, there's differences, right? Like stuff that extends stun duration or means you do more damage to stun foes. I'm not sure if they work against knockdown people. The animation is obviously different. I think the minimum duration of some of those effects is different as well. I think if you're knocked down, there's like a certain minimum duration of a knockdown effect. But if you're stunned, there can be very short-term stuns. Just as there can be very short-term dazes. I can't really tell you beyond that, though. It made more sense in Guild Wars 1, I think, where it was really about knockdowns. And then, yeah, when Heart of Thorns, they added float, like on Gravwell with Chrono, to above ground. Float was just an underground an underwater CC, hard CC. It was float and sink, right? They're just hard CCs but for underwater. Except when HOT came out as a bit of a gimmick, they put it on some above land places, like with Gravwell. But even then, if you remember the original Gravwell, that was like there was a real float on that, like a long fucking float, and they cut that shit way back, if I'm remembering correctly. And if you go back to that patch note, it might cite something interesting. I'm probably going to go back on the Renegade now, because we have map comp, and this build's doing shitty, so let's just go back on. Yeah, if you're in mid-air and you stun break, it like... sometimes that doesn't... So like, for example, a pull... You can stun break in the middle of a pull and it will stop you moving. So like for contemporary PvP, like we had an experience with that just the other day, Cougar, right? Like someone gets tethered and then you break the tether, they've got like, there's going to be a long pull that you frenzy in the middle of as you're getting pulled. You won't get pulled all the way, stuff like that. But that might not necessarily be true. Launch is like distinct as well, not just because it will move you, but also launch affects the down state more than the other hard CCs. So if you're launched while you're down state, it will disable your skills. But if you get stunned while you're down state, that doesn't mean anything. You can keep attacking. There's no such thing as being stunned down state. There's no such thing as being knocked down while in down state. Because the idea is you're already down, I guess. I don't know, maybe that's the flavor idea. But launch does work while down state. And I'm pretty sure float also does work while you're down state. So that's why you can, like, you know, interrupt vengeance with updraft and shit like that. Used to be something used to do back in the old DD early days. Shit like that. That's why, as well, when you look at a skill like the Thief skill Impact Strike, the penultimate hit on it is a launch of 0 distance. It's not because they actually want you moving it or anything. It's a launch of 0 distance, so that if someone was in downstate, they would be interrupted in the middle of casting their downstate too, and thus you're guaranteed to stop. Since you're on a thief, you don't really have stab and shit. I mean, you could get blinds and stuff. But anyway, that's beside the point. And like so, if you're doing it against an enemy thief, they can port out. But if you're doing it against a mesmer, the mesmer might want to use his downstate too to stealth himself and TP him. But you've just launched him and he can't do it anymore. You can interrupt the mesmer's downstate too with attacks. So I mean that's a distinction as well. I don't think the distinctions are numerous or profound enough to really justify having so many different types of HUDs you've seen in the game, but there it is. Really, it's the whole knockdown versus stun thing to me. They're way too close. Like, I get launch, I get pull, you know, they're moving you in certain directions. Do I like Bureau's meta? And do I think it will evolve into a longer meta with episode 2? Well, see, now that's quite interesting. The devs talk more about dry top than they do about Silver Waste in the streams and stuff. So I don't expect this Storms of Winter meta to necessarily change all that much when we move on to the next section of the map. They might just add a new one, but I could be wrong. The Silver Wastes did update its meta like a lot, and it was pretty cool at that. The Silver Waste was actually really cool about the way that it expanded its map. It kind of gave you the bulk exploration up front, but then like the far Silver Waste never got added until later, and all the stuff underneath never got added until later. Like the meta existed, right? But the boss at the end of it didn't yet until later. So they did like expand on it, and like the Pac-Man labyrinth got added later and stuff. They could maybe do that here on this map, maybe, but they just haven't talked about it too much, so I don't know. As for whether I like it, currently I don't really know much about it. I just kind of spam skills on things, but I mean, maybe that's just what PvE is doomed to be. I mean, what is it we're doing right now? We're defending these shrines, and we're taking out the mist portals, right? It's pretty much just a large-scale defense. There's not much spectacle to this that you wouldn't find in other metas in the game. There's not any mechanics really to this you wouldn't find anywhere else in the game, except the fact that it's kind of a simultaneous assault and defense. You know, we're assaulting the portals while also defending these shrines, which is kind of cool.
The southern shrine is frozen. If we lose the other shrines, it's over.
I think maybe that audio and stuff's pretty cool. I think the giant Choya Pinata phase has definitely got spectacle to it. That bit's cool. But I don't know whether the gameplay is really that good. I'll try and do the chain thing today. I bet there's an achievement to do those chains in the meta. Well, there might not be actually. Maybe the only achievement associated with the meta is to do it 15 times. As for the section that unlocks at the end of it, I don't know what that's like yet because I've never been there. We're going to see that for the first time in a minute. Well, I'm going to see it for the first time in a minute. You guys will probably see it. Metas every 2 hours, so chances are they'll add another on the alternate hour. That's an idea. Yeah, 2 episodes. I can see it. There's basically no loot on this for trash mobs too. No volatile, magical, karmic retribution. Not as great as previous metas for rewards. Well, hold on. Didn't we just say that this map's insane for rewards because of the Season 4 stuff? Maybe it doesn't need all that other shit if you're getting all the Season 4 maps thrown at you like candy. Thanks very much for the sub there. You got Ash Master, thank you. The new zone is basically what is on your screen plus more ice. Okay. Well, it's not really a zone, is it? It's just a section of this zone. Well, I guess maybe zone is fair. Zone is kind of a specific... When I think zone... I think like map. That might be wrong of me. But you know, I would say we're in the Bureau Marches zone. I wouldn't say we're in the Frozen Path zone, but maybe you would. What happens when you subscribe on my end? Well, I get a little notification here, and you get a little like badge thing that I can see, and that's about it really. You go on a list as someone that's subscribed, which I could look over. I don't really look at any of the Twitch stuff though, but you know, I could probably see your name on a list somewhere, and then I get a certain amount of money at the end of the month, which I don't know whether I'm allowed to tell you, but it's not necessarily substantive, so don't really worry about that. Is PvP allowed on PvE servers? There's no such thing as a PvP or a PvE server. You're asking if there's open world PvP, and there's not. You can go to... There's an area of the game for PvE called PvE. There's an area for like big open world PvP called World versus World. You can go there for that. Or there's a place for more constructed arena style PvP, which is the PvP area. So there is a lot of PvP in the game, but not in the open world. There's like minor mini games you can do, like a destruction derby in the most recent patch and stuff like that. Generally, no. Also, do you know why what a weird collection of questions. Do you know why Zodja left the story after Heart of Thorns? Well, the theory is that it's issues with the voice actress, because she's quite like a high-profile person among geeks on the internet. People have kind of assumed that, you know, she's been difficult to deal with, but no one really knows, because every now and then she'll put a tweet out saying, "Oh, I'd love to work with Guild Wars again," as though she's not been messaged. And then every now and then, you know, the devs will talk a little bit about Zodja on a stream and say they don't know what they want to do with her or something like that. I don't know. So I don't know. My suspicion is there's some kind of drama behind the scenes. She asked for too much money, or I don't know. But we do have very recent comments from her where she was even talking about like the character she was playing and saying how she's misunderstood and stuff. What? Zodja left the same reason Timey doesn't exist. ArenaNet can't find a way to incorporate. Did you really just say that Timey doesn't exist? Did you really just act or suggest, however casually, that Timey isn't in the story enough? Timey is like literally the most used character with the most dialogue of them all.
The ice brute attacks seem to be slowing down.
But she wasn't in this most recent patch, so she's on the list of Zodja now, is she?
Wait. You hear that?
But you are right. I think it's part like issues with scheduling and stuff, and then the other part is like how to incorporate.
That's it. The shrines are gone.
What do you mean Timey left? What are you guys talking
I
about?
can maintain the energy I've collected, but we
How
have
did
to
Timey
clear
in any
those
way
shards.
leave? Am I missing some news here? Was there an announcement that the voice actress for Timey's like peaced out? Am I out of the loop? Hello, Rocker. Ooh, Tossage's backs up. Timey's never been in Deus Ex, he says.
They've constructed ballistae around the keep. We need to go on the offensive and take them out.
Dude, these fucking skills cost way too much energy, ArenaNet. Fix fucking Renegade, for the love of God.
If we can push the Slavier back, we can repair the shrines and finish the ritual.
Fuck up. Right, someone's dying at this one over here, so I'm gonna go over there. Now, how good is the nav mesh? Let's see. WP, what's the sky above the keep after Ice Daddy is done? You can see Raven appear and clear the storm. Okay, that sounds pretty cool. So after Ice Daddy's done, I look above the keep, and then I go to the new area that opens up. Wherever that might be. Shit. This mechanic seems a bit weird to me. Just like clutter your UI, then eventually do some minor damage and make you spam one. They could have at least had it be that like breakout mechanic where it changes, you know, it shuffles, and if you press the one,
Shamans of Raven, get out there and clear the ice from those shrines.
Maybe deeper in Bureau it gets more dangerous or happens faster. What, the snow mechanic? Yeah, that's a good idea. I'd like to see them do more of it, because I don't know. I fully accept I might not understand it right now.
What has he done to Raven's magic? Spirits! We need to stop that thing before it reaches the keep!
Maybe they expect it to do more damage than it does, maybe. Alright, anyway, so do the daddy, and then we look at the is he actually called the daddy, by the way? Why am I calling this the daddy? Who have I picked that up from? Is that chat? Why is chat calling it the daddy? Oh, is that because that was a dev name? Dude, there's a lot of people at this matter. I don't know how much you guys have complained about it, but that's a lot of stuff. Kill daddy. That's what they refer to him as in-house. Well, they managed to make it something of an official name. Oh my god, we face him way quicker this time. I do love how he transitions into basically being the strike mission for a boss. Even if he's still just as useless. Just energy just feels so horrible in Renegade. If you're trying to get value out of those F skills. Oh, look at that. Maybe I need to change my mindset about it. The channels are not worth it or something. Oh, that was the mechanic there again. Dude, never WSD down out in time. This feels really good against big hitboxes. So does he always stand up at 5% and the last one take a bit longer, or no? This is definitely way quicker than the one I did yesterday, right? I think it is anyway. Yeah. Alright, so he's dead. So you want me to look above the keep?
That's it! Raven! Lend us your aid and drive back those who steal your power! It's done. It's done. Raven has bestowed a protection spell over the keep. It'll drive the storm away.
That's Raven, is it? The giant glider backpack. I remember them adding that to the gem store.
Because of you.
That's like the worst glider in the game. If you guys want to be obnoxious, that is the glider to pick. It's the ultimate glider of huge, like, fucking... Yeah, that's just a dev using a big glider, exactly, yeah. Alright, and now I just follow the Zerg like a little lemming, right? I can see, yeah, it looks like there's like something of a champ chain up there. Fuck, I've got a... I don't even remember tagging up. Oh, yeah, because we were going to do Zia. You take that back, best glider. Dude, come on. It's not even like a pretty glider. Right, I understand the impulse to want to be flashy and want to stand out. I get it. But you got to understand, Guild Wars 2 is like a boiled frog at this point. You don't stand out by being flashy anymore. It's too far gone. So all you're doing is just being ludicrously obnoxious if you run that glider. It's an awful glider. It looks gross, it dies gross, it's massive, it's obnoxious, it's fucking terrible. And especially if you use it in like a jumping puzzle. What a bad glider. I mean, it's good for all the reasons that being flashy is good, because it's big and it's shiny. But wow, that's probably my least favorite glider in the game. Sounds like so. Well, yeah, I had this deep harbored secret of this time. I was doing the Siren's Landing jumping puzzle, and I was near the top, and someone came near me with the Raven glider, and he threw me off, and I fell all the way down, and I've never got over it. He said, "Get here quick." Oh, he's a bounty. Oh, well, is this so? When it's at red, I need to not move, and when it's green, I need to constantly strafe. Right, that's the way this works. Okay, so there's another mastery. Apparently I already got it though. How? When I don't remember coming here before. You could voice act in Guild Wars 2, what would I choose? An Etin, probably. Wait, you took me here, really? I don't remember coming here. I swear to God, I've never done the meta and come here. What do you mean? I've only done the meta yesterday and today. I've never done the meta until now. Until yesterday. Did you?
Defend yourself.
And it's why you had the Asgeir book? This is where I found the book? Did I really come here before? Yes, I must have. I've definitely seen this area. I've seen the ravine. I know that much. I remember coming on like the earliest time I came to the map. I remember seeing the ravine. I don't remember playing any content here though. There's a place there somewhere you can see some lore using the special action key. Yeah, people have been typing that a lot. I don't know where though, so. It looks like basically if you do the meta, they give you a ton of the daily stuff for free. That's good. This guy's leashed, I guess. Some guy was trying to drag them together and it didn't quite work. Clear skies in 10 minutes, so that's plenty of time to run around getting all these chests, right? We have sufficiently tagged that. Let's go over to this chest and see what we got. Okay, so open all the chests within the Bureau Marches. I've got 5 of 11. This one is this Asgeir's Legacy? Oh, it is. Okay. So where am I triggering a special action at? I don't know. Glorious Norn chest over here. Should get this. Might count for the same thing. Maybe not. Or we just didn't ding a tier. Oh, thank you for the host there. Welcome, AKCSL? CSI? Welcome, everyone. We're checking out the newest patch that I have taken forever to get into, so. Open the mail. Okay, let's see. Holy fuck. Dude, what? Follow-up from the TP Guild. Hi WP, it's Zushin. Would love to give follow-up later from the gold-making discussion we had. Since that video, which was on September 15th, we have shot up by almost 2,000 players entering into the area of material trade. And almost everyone has been able to get 10 to 15,000 liquid gold and 3 to 1,000 gold since that video. Everyone started from almost nothing. Thank you for making this happen. We'd love to chat later. Really? That's fucking crazy. Wait, and you've given me 2 stacks of coins. Thank you so much. That's insane. I knew that you guys had been doing well, and I'd heard, you know, some whispers or whatever, some minor comments that, you know, things had picked up. But 2,000 players, all getting around 3 to 5,000 gold, that's crazy. That's really nuts. Thank you so much, Zushin. It's good to hear from you again. And I'm sure a mail like this is going to encourage other people to join your group, so, and I'm sure that's something you're thinking about there. So, anyway, thanks very much. That comes at a perfect time because I only have 2 gold. I haven't learned my ways. But it's fine, look, because I'm not playing the game to just hoard an arbitrary amount of gold. I'm playing it to keep unlocking stuff, so. Anyway, that's crazy. Thank you very much. That's very lovely of you. Anyway, I've only got 7 minutes now to find this special action key thing. So, I don't know. What's on the map, I wonder? Not much. There's a vista to the south. Medium chest of brilliance. I can just open them all now, right? Oh, no. Oh, maybe that's because I don't have that mastery. That's probably what that is. It's weird seeing the UI, the bottom right. You see that box that's empty on the UI on the bottom right now? That feels kind of weird. That dinged a thing. You can't remember, sorry, he has been down into the ravine. Do you mean me? This place is quite pretty. I do like this area. We've got a cool stone. So that's it. I should give up. Isn't the special action near the entrance? Is it? Where even is the entrance? I don't really even know. Over here, I guess. Go west for special action. Well, west would not be the entrance, would it? This is the entrance. Is it low down? It's next to the book, but I don't know where the book is. There's another glorious Norton chest, so I'm glad for coming over here, if this helps me with the achievement. Getting all those. It's a raven lock. Seem to get a lot of Itrite. I would have thought Itrite would have taken... Oh, and a... Oh no, that's a raven thing. I would have thought that you would have to like refine Itrite out of the Eternal Ice or something, but you know, because it looks like an ingot. You see an ingot and you think crafting, right? You think refinement. You think there'll have to be a process there, but no, they're just kind of spamming it out. It's top center of the area. So near a rib cage near the center of the area, a rib cage looking ice. This is a rib cage. Oh, it just appeared. Oh, it's here. Why do I randomly have a special action here? By focusing the lens, I can gain... Oh, I see. So this is... Oh, Asgeir's sitting by a book. Great, we got attacked in the middle of it. And I'm the only one fighting back. Did he cry? Oh, this is the tooth. This is the tooth. It's a really small version of it. Oh, and he's dragging it back. Oh, so it's the idea that this is where it happened? Oh, it's a shame that this is such a small version. I guess it would have looked stupid if it was too big. That's super cool. And he definitely had a book on the floor. Oh, that's the journal he was writing that we read back at the keep. That was his, like, acknowledging what was going on when he chose to go home. That's really cool. That's a nice little touch. That's, is that the full extent of it? That's really cool. That's why it's called Asgeir's Legacy. That's such a weird thought. I don't feel like I'm there. Do you know what I mean? I don't feel like I'm up in the Northern Shivers. I don't feel like I'm back. But I obviously am. I mean, look at where we are. We're super far north. It's so weird to think, like... I don't know. There's something broken about the whole like exploration and like sense of scales and distances and stuff with the game at the moment. It's really weird. But yeah, okay. Yeah, I mean, obviously I can see on the map that Holbrook's pretty far. I can see that. It just doesn't feel that. It might be the remains of the champion Frostfang. Oh, that was mentioned in the journal. Yeah, that would make sense. That's a pretty clean speculation, I think. Yeah. Alright. Okay, so clear skies end in 2 minutes, and I think we're done with all of that now. So let's go back. Whisper in the dark. Defeat all of the champion enemies in the Bureau Marches. I need to kill the champion Sons of Svanir Summoner. And then I have that achievement done. I don't know who that is or where that is. This is weird. All the UI is so strange on that. Ancient Weaponeer. I've got 8. Collect the lore book. Find all the notes and explore the Raven Sanctum. Didn't people say that it's at Asgeir's Legacy? See the Raven Sanctum south of it. Holy shit. Oh, and that's the exit again. That's fucking weird. Wow, look, it's like a map load, but not a map load. That's the first time Guild Wars has ever done that. Shit, WP Summoner is here, but in only 1 min. Stay away from the Summoner. Where? We'll get that later, I guess. He can't do it. I'll try this one, I guess. How would you retroactively obfuscate distance between the map and the actual gameplay, given what Guild Wars 2 already is? Or do you think that's not an important part of the game to do that? I think it's impossible now. With the move speed, with the waypointing, with the kind of just a helicopter will take you anywhere you like in a blink of an eye when a patch starts. I think all those things build to a world that doesn't feel large. So I don't think you can. I think it's a problem I certainly don't have a solution to. Let me put it that way. So I'm just going into the middle here blindly, hoping that this is correct. I mean, this is just the story thing again, right? So. Yeah, no, I agree. I believe in games having fast travel systems, just not as ubiquitous and easily commanded as Guild Wars is one. Where at any moment in the game I can press M and then I can double click a button and then I can be a million miles away. There's literally no mechanics involved with it. There's nothing going on. Ooh. Oh, here it is. There it is. Look, research notes, Ancient Ravenlands. Kerry, you can't say that in WP's chat is treasonous? That's not true at all. It's definitely not my opinion that fast travel is universally bad. I've never said anything like that. Your inventory is unavailable. Dude, what? I want to find a way to cheesily open it. It disables your inventory in here. Is that true in the story as well? It disables your inventory. What happens in my equipment panel? I do still have an inventory. I can see it on the equipment panel. Oh, that's really cool. It's a roleplay zone, so you're not allowed to even use your inventory, eh? I shouldn't have come back out here and got myself poisoned in combat. I should have just walked off. I should have just waypointed out. I'm happy to die here, to be honest. Unless there's a method of interacting with this when I get close to it. But I don't think it's this one. It's the next one, isn't it? We did it yesterday. The next one would protect me. Oh, I'm going to have to sit through a downstate here, aren't I? Oh, what? It's not even killing me. It's just slowing me down. Is this not actually a mechanic here? I feel like I'm in the tutorial zone. A casual game. It's pity poison. It takes pity on you. I don't understand why this is all here and explorable. I mean, I get that they put the book here to make it a little bit extra. Just someone tell me, I'm not missing anything by loading out of this, am I? I don't need to wander around in the Raven Sanctum again. I'm not missing anything. You have to do this 15 times. Yeah, but isn't that in the story, right? That's not actually out in the open world. That's in the story where you get the dialogue. Yeah, I got the book already. There's a chest at the end. Is there any reason to open the chest? You get a buff and chests. This is a chest with Itrite. You can do it in the open world as well. Well, why didn't I get any dialogue this time then? I just walked in there. I didn't get any dialogue. Oh, there are chests. Check it out. Rewards of Daybreak. Providence. Beyond Wisdom. I don't understand. Why do these chests have these names? For a moment, I felt like it was like the mastery mechanic. Like, you could open one chest with the mastery, and then another, like the 3 colors, and then if you are under original balance, you could only do it if you had the right charge, right? So maybe if you came through the maze 3 times with the charge, then you could open the final one. Why is that the reward of Daybreak? Wisdom, Beyond, and Providence. Oh, chests named depend on your choices. Ah. So it's remembering the choices I made yesterday? Because I certainly didn't make any today. Blessing of Daybreak. While in Bureau marches, gain extra essence of resilience on qualifying kills. Benefit from regeneration when your health falls below 33% on a 60-second cooldown. When the fear of beastly claws and a child's pain is made sharp by the knowledge of elders, we make no mistakes. But do we grow? It's a 24-hour buff. Let's see. So in 13 minutes, it will go away. That means this time, exactly 24 hours ago, we were in that maze. We were struggling around in there. Exactly 24 hours ago. And in 13 minutes, that time will pass, and then I'll get a new one. I see, okay. Alright, that all makes sense to me now. Well, there's no, like, achievement for the chests, right? It's just the achievement for doing the thing. What did you say, Kerry? 13 times? Right, now we can read the book, though, that we got, which is why I was trying to open the inventory earlier.
We're almost there. We can do this.
What the hell was the book called? It's not the urgent vigil letter. Oh, here you go. The research notes for the ancient Ravenlands. Right. I can feel Raven's presence so strongly here in the Bureau marches, like he's fighting Jormag and the sons of Svanir's stranglehold on the region. He wants to help. I don't think it's a coincidence Almora and I have discovered these ancient Raven lenses in Darkreim Delves right around the time that the Freyr arrived. I don't know how or when these lenses were created, but it's clear they're very old. Several centuries at least. They seem to react to the Raven shrines scattered around the wilds, revealing passageways and providing protection from the cold. The other day, the lens I was carrying even showed me an echo from the recent past involving a Norn patrol. I think it was teaching me how to use it. I have theories about these lenses I'll never be able to prove. The things it can do, protect, teach, reveal, lead me to believe Raven bestowed them on our ancestors to defend against attackers. Maybe even Jormag specifically. I think that's why they're making an appearance again. Now, Raven wants us to fight back, to take down the Freyr and free the region. And as long as we have Almora, I know we can do it. But she dead now. She dead. Sorry. I just had one hell of a stretch there. Interesting. I'm sure this will obviously be a big thing going forwards. It's a shame that it basically just amounts to press F on things in map. Oh, it's 8 times, not 13. It's 8. Alright. Cool, so that's all 3 of those done. Now this gives me a mastery point. This is the one. We have to do the meta 15 times. They'll give us 25 achievement points and a mastery for spamming the meta. And yeah, I have done it before. Yesterday was not my first time because I'm 3 of 5 at the moment, not 2 of 5. So yeah, I clearly have done that. And purge that from my memory somehow. I still got to get the summoner, who I'm guessing is on respawn because people were talking about that quite recently. I've still got to get a few of the chests. Now, what's this? These are like the daily puzzle things, right? What's the max AP I can get from them, though? Because I did these already. Like the forest, the frozen pass, the mountains, and the legacy. I have done these before. It's still showing 1 AP on there. Does that mean I can get it? Because when I mouse over, all the other achievements like this, when you mouse over, it tells you the max. The light puzzles are no longer daily. Some people said it was removing the 1 achievement point every day and then giving it back. It was a bug that reset your AP. They were bugged for 2 weeks. So what does that mean for me, though? I need to do them again and then I get my AP? Ice try. Find the... Oh, yeah, that's in the story. Open all the essence chests in Bura. Unlock the mysteries of the Ravens. That's that one. Yeah, this does look like a really short patch, honestly, because we've pretty much got the bulk of it there. All right, we'll do the light puzzles, though I don't really remember where they start or finish. I wish I was an NA. I could get Kerry to show me again. She made it very easy last time. So that was just pointless last time I did that because it took ages. Barrier shrines we don't worry about. The clear skies have become a light snowfall. This is actually going to be a real pain in the ass because I've got the whole map basically just to wander around and maybe see one of them. Oh, however, a non-chest here in this player. Looks pretty good to me. It's probably worth the other achievement. Yeah, it is. Check it out. Oh, and that lock. It's just locking us in. The Southern Mountains one is S of the Vista. Okay, so look out there. So again, I'm in combat right as I want to mount. Probably due to the fact that I always want to mount. Someone asked in squad, have I done the strike mission? No, actually. But I'm in no rush to. Winter's Day comes in 3 days, right? Oh, there it is. I see it up there now. So we'll have a new bulk of stuff then, but that's fine. We'll have plenty of master streams between now and then to catch up with this last stuff, especially if I can find it in myself to do a little bit of this meta off stream. Dude, I don't remember getting the sky scale or dying it this way, but I think it looks really cool. I guess this was a thing that Commie did. Doesn't this look cool? How are you meant to do these without the sky scale, by the way? Are they a pain in the ass? Okay, let's say you have no sky scale and no glider. Or griffin. Meta starts 35 to 40 minutes after the stream starts. Yeah, so we can get a couple of them, but I mean, ideally we'd get... Alright, this one you destroy this rubble, which, believe it or not, out of all 4 of them is probably one of the most creative little things that you're going to see, so... There's one on this. WP, but who doesn't have a glider? You need POF and HOT. Yeah, but needing those doesn't mean you've played them. I'm not saying it's likely there's many players in that situation, if any, but it's totally a thing. Yeah, I could tell, you know, some random person to pick up Guild Wars 2, they buy it, they log in, and they're like, oh, I want to play the new patch. So they hit level 80 and they come here straight away. Because they think, well, the expansions are old. And this isn't. And voila, they're here with no glider, no griffin. There are 2 walls to remove in the forest. Wait for that exciting content. Oh, I'm sure. Alright, there you go. That's it, right? So yeah, now we get this chest. Okay, and we get lighting the mountains. We get 1 AP. Beautiful. Then we light the forest, the frozen pass, the legacy, and you'll realize that with these bottom 3 also filled in, we're like super close to being done. I really want this though. Discover the Icebrood Saga Mastery Point in the Bureau Marches of the Aberrant Forest. It's this here. That to me is pretty much like a map completion thing. And again, it's a whole chunk of the achievement UI to just get through, so. You're making your friend who picked up Guild Wars 2 play through all the living world and the expansion story. Jeez, that's going to take them ages. In the tower is the Frozen Pass one, which you ran past. Well, I might just grab this and then be done with the stream for today. Only because I got a bit of a headache and I feel a bit drowsy and a bit weird. So we might leave it there. But tomorrow we can keep going with this. I might do some of these off stream as well, guys. And yeah, we'll just keep rolling with it. I do definitely want to get this mastery though. With that mastery, we'll have 2 spare. No, we only have 1 spare. Should train. Oh, but they only cost 1.
No.
Oh, here's this guy.
I want to, but rest. I'd like to rest. I'd like to rest.
This guy like wants to eat his friends. Maybe that's not the guy I was thinking of. But he has the animation, the animation around him as though John Meg was speaking to him. On efficiency, the achievement to get the Griffin, called Open Skies, on Wings and a Prayer, has a 47% unlock rate. It might be safe to say those players also don't have the Sky Scale. Yeah, I would think if you don't have the Griffin, you're unlikely to have the Sky Scale. But one of the more common questions I get asked is, hey WP, which one's more important, the Sky Scale or the Griffin? People do wonder that. So, you know, and if people are wondering that, that means some people will go Sky Scale instead of Griffin. I do think that the Sky Scale is more useful. It might be harder to get though. The Skyscale's like more all-round, you know, it's like an ATV, while the Griffin obviously enables like super fast movement in the right circumstance. Yeah, the Kerry might be right as well. With all the ice on this map invalidating the Season 4 currencies, you could say that the Skyscale is really easy. I think that the actual story of getting the Skyscale is pretty cool as well. There's like lots of voice acting, mini games. It's not bad. So this is the only other thing. Assist investigator Eleni in gathering evidence of a massacre. I don't know what that is. But yeah, with just one more, we'll have the meta done. So that'll be cool. That'll be cool. All right, guys. So that's it for Masters today. Thank you very much for tuning in. It's been lots of fun, as always. I'll probably put the VOD up of yesterday's stream over on my main channel in just a second. I'm a bit nervous about it. I don't know how people will take to it, but I've got to be finding things to put on there. I was going to do a video about Winter's Day, but when I sat down to like read about what was coming up and what was going on, I saw, you know, there's a cool trailer. But it's literally, there is a trailer and the reveal that the secret Lair of the Snowman is now a strike mission, which it kind of was anyway. Like, that's genuinely like a 6-minute video, tops, which just doesn't feel like my forte or whatever, so I couldn't bring myself to do it in the end. So, yeah, we'll put that VOD up, and then hopefully that'll be good. And, yeah, I'll be back tomorrow, same time, and we'll continue along with this map. It's been pretty good. I'm glad that we got to see the whole Asgeir thing. That was awesome. And finally got those mastery points, a little bit more experience. I'll be able to train this as well. And I'll catch up with everyone else at level 303, which I think is the current max. And yeah, so thank you guys. I hope you all enjoyed, and it's been lovely. I will see you tomorrow. We do have a Discord if you guys want a community, want to chat, do fun stuff. And yeah, I'll see you there. Cheers, guys. Who are they marking the trailers to? Well, if you go and look at the trailer on YouTube, it's actually got a really positive reception. It's people saying like, "Oh, Christmas doesn't start for me until it does in Guild Wars. I'm really excited." Like, there's like not that much bagging it down. It's weird, but and I think the trailer's all right, to be honest. As someone who likes to see the assets be looked at nicely, it's kind of cool to see a trailer for it. But you know, we'll see. Holding out for that gingerbread decoration, but that's a few days away still. Anyway, guys, thanks very much again, and I will see you all very shortly. Ta-ta now.